out there, what would that look like? Are we talking obvious Stephanopoulos and there's others, but what does that look like to get out there? What's the most effective way?
Well, let me answer Julie's question about why it has taken so long for the president to get out there. He can't. The last time he did an unscripted event was the debate. It'd be like if you called Kentucky Fried Chicken and said, I'd like to interview Colonel Sanders. Now, his face is on the bucket. He doesn't make the chicken anymore. In fact, he's not even alive anymore. This is what the Democrats are asking people to do.
That's CNN contributor Scott Jennings eviscerating Joe Biden by using an empty KFC bucket to highlight how screwed his re-election campaign is. Welcome to Nerk News, I'm Nerkish, and you know the tide is turning when CNN is having more and more segments conveniently acknowledging things about Joe Biden that conservatives have been saying for years.
Where the presidency is not just a face, it's not just a brand on the bucket. The presidency is a guy or a girl, and that person has to stand up every day, get up every morning, go to work, answer questions, sit with world leaders, take foreign trips, and not need more than 12 days to recover from it. We don't vote for faces on the bucket. We vote for people, strong leaders, who can execute in the office. And that's the Democrats' problem right now. They don't have a strong candidate who can actually do what Julie just said, which I agree with. Get out there and prove they're vigorous enough to hold the office. So it works for a restaurant, but it does not work for the presidency, and that's why these polls are going the wrong way, and they're going to keep going the wrong way. And by the way, he ain't getting any younger. It ain't going to get any better tomorrow or the next day or 5 months from today, I can assure you.
You know, you can tell that CNN and establishment news are trying to cut their losses and pivot by how well that bit was received. If Jennings had done that in 2020, you know he would immediately be shut down for attempting to diagnose the president and probably branded a racist for holding up a fried chicken bucket or something. But that's not to say things didn't get serious.
Coming out of that conviction in New York to right now has been the strongest period for Donald Trump's campaign. He's got a cash infusion. He's way up in the polls. The polls you showed tonight, I mean, if he wins the national popular vote by 5 or 6 points, you're talking about the House going bye-bye for Democrats. You're talking about Joe Biden dragging down maybe 7 Senate seats. We're in landslide territory if these polls hold. So Donald Trump is doing exactly what he needs to do. And, you know, I don't have much to say beyond listening to Julie plead for the White House to do something. Except one thing, they don't have a messaging problem. They have a candidate problem. And most Democrats seem to know that. The only people that don't know it are the Biden family. You got Jill Biden on the cover of Vogue. You got Hunter Biden now running White House senior staff meetings, apparently. I mean, it seems to me you're going to have to drag these people out of the White House by the fingernails, Julie. I'm sorry to tell you.
Well, you got 25 governors, though. 25 governors, and 3 came out in front of cameras today to show their support for the president. They're not members of the Biden family.
Once again, behind closed doors, Joe Biden rides unicycles and juggles knives. I mean, he looks real good behind closed doors. Let me tell you, that's what we've been hearing for 3.5 years. These governors are now participants in the biggest cover-up in American political history. The condition of Joe Biden has been hidden from us for 3.5 years. Now these governors are complicit in it. We all saw with our own eyes Thursday night. We don't need governors to tell us behind closed doors he's fine. I saw what I saw, and so did every other American.
This is going to be a real issue for Democrats. It's not necessarily that Biden talks like a lobotomized sloth or that he walks around like a broken Roomba. It's that the entirety of the Democratic Party and establishment media not only tried to hide it from us, but they actively lied about it. And when that wasn't working, they maliciously gaslit people and called them names for believing what was right in front of them. Here's Jennings a few days after the debate, telling some hard truths to the political hacks at CNN who were still reeling from the fallout of Joe's performance.
Yeah, I think you can't wish it away. I think you can't call it a bad night. I don't think you can compare it to anybody's previous bad debate performances. It's unlike anything we've ever seen in presidential campaigns. The deterioration of Joe Biden over 4 years is painfully obvious to everyone. To me, it really goes beyond the campaign. I mean, there's reporting this morning about from Axios about Joe Biden's closest aides working very hard to shield access to him from virtually everyone over the last 3.5 years. I think people don't really just have questions about the campaign today. I think they have questions about how the White House is running right now. I think they have questions about whether he can do the job today, let alone for 4 more years. And guys, I'm old enough to remember when Donald Trump, was having trouble picking up a glass of water and walking down a slippery ramp, and folks were wanting to invoke the 25th Amendment. Now, to me, what we saw Thursday night, he's not just a candidate. He's the president right now. And so a lot of people I talk to want to know, what's going on in there, and is he up to the task?
Absolutely correct here. And I think it's one of the reasons we're seeing this pivot in establishment media. The more opportunistic networks understand the implications of them being associated with years and years of running cover for Democrats and lying about the cognitive decline of Joe Biden. But let me know what you think. Is the entire Democrat Party in trouble this November, or just the cadaver they're trying to run for office? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye!